I'm Catherine Merck outside of Pfizer Forum, hearing from Wisconsin voters about what they want to hear at tonight's debate.
I'm Will Keneally, live in the spin room, hearing the latest from the candidates.
I'm here at Goodman Pool. We're seeing very hot temperatures, and I'll tell you just how hot it feels out here.
And we welcome you to News 3 now at 5. A big day for Wisconsin with the Republican primary debate happening over in Milwaukee. We will have more on that in a moment. But first, the dangerous heat and humidity continues. An alert day in effect through tomorrow. Meteorologist Jacob Madison live at Goodman Pool to go over the risks that today's heat can have on people. Jacob?
Yeah, Eric, it is very hot out here, and there really is no escape from the heat while being outside, because even in the shade, the heat index values are still about 15 degrees cooler, and for today, that still means the heat index is over 100 in some locations. But it certainly isn't stopping people from being out here in the pool. But it's also important to note, even though you're in the pool, and you're in water, and you feel comfortable, your body actually still needs the water. So if you are planning on going swimming for the rest of today or tomorrow, still plan on drinking plenty of water and taking breaks from the heat. Gary has more right after this.
All right, Jacob, let's get right to Gary now without these to see how these temperatures are going to play out in the hours ahead in his first warn forecast. Gary?
Yeah, we keep that first warn weather alert day in the forecast for tonight into tomorrow, and that is for excessively hot temperatures. In fact, dangerously hot with high temperatures tomorrow, around 100 degrees. The heat index perhaps as high as 115, but the nighttime heat index staying at or above 85 for most areas. That means it puts a lot of stress on your body, especially if you don't have air conditioning at home through the overnight hours. So keep that in mind. Excessive heat warnings are in effect through 7 p.m. tomorrow for most of southern Wisconsin, south of Wisconsin Dells. North of there, the warnings run until 9 o'clock and then are changed to a heat advisory from 9 p.m. tonight through 7 p.m. tomorrow. Taking a look at visible cloud track. Very few clouds across southern Wisconsin. Now, one thing that we're watching is the potential for a thunderstorm to develop somewhere around the Fox Valley or so. There's a little bit of a lake breeze dropping southward there. Nothing really showing up on radar so far, but we're going to keep an eye on that because there's the potential, at least, for a thunderstorm to develop. And if it does develop, the atmosphere is just so unstable that the threat is there for some strong winds. I think that's more likely eastward toward Milwaukee, but we'll keep an eye on it. These are current temperatures, 95 Madison, but temperatures are in the triple digits for the most part, north and west of Dane County. Here in Dane County, it's 97 in Middleton, 99 in Sauk City, and 98 degrees in Edgerton. Factor in the humidity, it feels like 114 in Middleton, 115 in Cross Plains, and 117 in Edgerton. And across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we're seeing heat index readings between 115 and 120. That is just dangerously hot. You just can't play around with that. And that's because dew point temperatures are in the upper 70s, or in the case of Janesville, around 80. Juneau in Dodge County also has a dew point of 80 degrees. That's just almost unprecedented. Look for temperatures to only drop into the upper 80s by late evening. Again, an outside chance of a thunderstorm, maybe eastward toward Dodge County, but we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, I'm going to swelter one more day before we see a break in the heat.
All right, Gary, thank you. We are following breaking news out of Sauk County, where an 18-year-old has been charged in a crash that led to the death of a young teen waiting for her school bus. Kevin Green of Reedsburg made his initial court appearance this afternoon. He was charged with hitting and killing 13-year-old Evelyn Gurney as she waited for a bus on State Highway 2333 east of Reedsburg back on May 12th. In a criminal complaint, Green told police he was looking at his radio or out at a field when he saw the bus stopped. He swerved at the last second, missing the bus, but then hitting Gurney. But cell phone records show Green sent and received text messages within a minute of the crash. For more details on the criminal complaint, look for the story at channel3000.com. In Milwaukee, the eyes of the nation are on Pfizer Forum, where the first Republican presidential debate will kick off in just a few hours. Our team coverage begins inside Pfizer with political reporter Will Keneally. Will?
Well, Eric, we're here inside what's called the spin room at the debate center, where we'll hear from candidates and campaign officials throughout the night. But earlier outside the Pfizer Forum, we got a glimpse into what we're expecting to hear tonight. So without Trump on the debate stage, the next top contender is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. We spoke with his campaign surrogate, Florida's Lieutenant Governor.
Governor DeSantis is going to connect directly with the American voter. He's going to make sure that they understand his record of success, how he's battled in Florida and laid the blueprint, the foundation for a successful campaign.
Now, the trick, according to political experts we spoke to this week, is to provide a clear and concise message for voters who don't live in Florida. That's like us here in Wisconsin. We'll provide you full coverage throughout the night here in the spin room as we get more developments. Reporting from Milwaukee, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, thank you. Now, the latest CBS News poll asked likely GOP voters what they want the candidates to focus on tonight, making the case for themselves or making the case against Trump. 91% said they want the candidates to focus on themselves. News 3 Now this morning's Chris Stanford tells us more.
USA! USA!
Former President Donald Trump is pulling away from his 2024 Republican challengers in the polls and in person. Trump posted on social media, "New CBS poll just out has me leading the field by legendary numbers. I will therefore not be doing the debates." That poll shows Trump up 46 percentage points over the nearest challenger, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
When we ask voters, what do you want to hear in this debate? You get this lopsided number that wants the other candidates make the case for yourselves, but don't criticize Donald Trump. You get this paltry 9% that wants to hear critiques, and that puts the other candidates in a box.
Trump is holding a lot of sway with his supporters. 71% say they believe he tells the truth more than their friends and family, or even their religious leaders.
Republicans, to a larger degree, see the U.S. political system, they tell us, as corrupt. Now, a lot of people think it's dysfunctional, but Republicans in particular think it's corrupt. Well, what that does is it sets up Trump for them as the honest broker for them against that system. In fact, he's winning among people who want an honest candidate. They see him as the truth teller.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now.
Our Catherine Merck joins us next, live outside Fiserv Forum after hearing from some of the people who came to town for tonight's debate. Catherine?
Eric, people have come from all over to the state just to get a look at what's happening here in the Deer District tonight. A notable Republican that is not here tonight, as you just heard from Chris Stanford, is Donald Trump. However, many of his Wisconsin supporters have gathered here today. Take a look at some of what we saw earlier this afternoon. A few dozen Trump supporters were outside of the gates that are blocking off the debate area from the public. They were wearing red Make America Great Again hats and holding up signs criticizing candidates like Ron DeSantis. For them, Trump is still here in spirit.
Well, we got to show Milwaukee, we got to show Wisconsin, we got to show the Republican Party that we love Donald Trump, especially the youth. The youth of the party, the youth of Wisconsin love Donald Trump, and we are going to nominate him as the candidate for the Republican Party in 2024.
The protesters here told me they plan to be here all night until the debate starts, along with all of the rest of us that'll be watching. And they're not the only people that I spoke with today. Now, 2 high schoolers from Sun Prairie came all the way here, and they are looking to major in politics, and they said that was a big reason why they wanted to make the drive. And they're inside those gates now watching the spectacle that is happening here at the Deer District. We'll continue to watch them and hear from them at 6 o'clock. Reporting live from Milwaukee, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
All right, Catherine, thank you. And coming up in about 8 minutes, we'll sit down with 2 panelists who will share more insight on tonight's debate. Our coverage continues tonight on News 3 Now at 6 and 10. And on channel3000.com, you'll find a special section dedicated to tonight's event by scrolling down on the homepage. Folks, if you haven't heard it yet, it's hot out there. Jalen Banks joins us. He's on the weather patio on how you can keep your children safe in this extreme summer heat. Jalen.
Yeah, so families are trying to squeeze in these last summer days before school starts. And I was able to catch up with one mother who spent the day out at the park with her daughter. And some of the things that they're doing to stay cool despite some of this extreme heat we're seeing in southern Wisconsin.
Did you climb in those balls? Those look cool.
I did.
You did?
Summer is winding down, but the heat isn't, as southern Wisconsin hits the hottest temps it'll see all year. But that's not stopping families from going outside. Lisa Sear Burnett and her daughter, Quinn, are finding ways to still enjoy days outside despite the heat.
And then we really avoid the heat of the day. So we'll try to get out early in the morning, head home, do lunch and a nap. If we do anything else, it'll be later, you know, when the sun starts to go down a bit.
She says the key to Quinn's safety is thinking less of herself in the heat as an adult and more on Quinn.
Definitely take more breaks thinking of her. If she's looking sweaty, we make sure she gets in some shade. You know, for us, we'll stay outside and do yard work until we're exhausted, but we make sure she gets inside and gets some rest.
This is the time of year that kids want to play outside, and it's a difficult decision for families and parents as to what to do with children.
Wisconsin DHS says for kids, have them wear light-colored clothing along with sunscreen, continue to hydrate and eat, and if at all possible, get in the shade. They also say that these tips can be used for adults as well.
Young children and infants are a lot more susceptible to the effects of heat than adults. But really, with these extreme temperatures, most people can feel the effects of heat.
Another thing to add as far as heat safety, and as our Rahman reported this week, things to be mindful of when you're out at a park is things that can act as heat conductors, such as swing seats, a slide, monkey bars, just anything that you may believe could be hot and a hot surface. Just be mindful of and keep an eye out for it.
All right, Jalen, thank you. We've got some places you can go also if you don't have AC and you need to cool down. Public libraries in Beloit, Deerfield, and Verona are among those that are open for you to use. And in Middleton, City Hall's open 8 to 4 on weekdays. The police and fire departments are available 24/7. For the specific hours of each cooling center location and a full list, you can head to channel3000.com. We also have a list of cooling centers in your community scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen. Well, weathering the heat today is going to take some water, a whole lot of it. Our Braden Ross caught up with lifeguards at Goodman Pool in Madison. And Braden, I am curious, is it too hot to even go to the pool? Looks like there's a pretty decent crowd there.
I don't know. I mean, you might think so, but if you can see just how many people are out here, obviously all these people don't think it's too hot. They're here to cool down, of course. Jacob and I have been out here talking to people, and this pool closes in just about half an hour, but you can see people are going to soak up every last second of it they can get. Now, like you said, I did talk to some of those lifeguards. We were actually just hanging out with them in their lifeguard little center over there. And they told me it's a really hot day and it's hard to watch everyone get in the pool. But don't worry, they do get their own chance to hop in every once in a while.
Great feeling, you know, you're sweating on the stand and then call overhead guard, get to jump in, just cool off instantly. Great feeling.
How long does it last when you get out?
Like a good 2 minutes and then you're back to feeling hot.
But don't worry, the city is taking care of those lifeguards. They told me in that lifeguard stand, and I saw it for myself, they do have popsicles and ice cream for the lifeguards. They get rewarded for being brave enough to work on the hottest day of the year out here. But like I said, I've been out here for, the whole day talking to people, and so I'm going to do what they're doing, and I'm going to go take a break. Maybe I can steal some ice cream from them. But I'll have more about everyone who I talked to coming up tonight at 6, right here on News 3 Now. But for now in Madison, I'm Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, my son's lifeguard right now, so I give them all kudos for working in these elements. Tune in tonight on News 3 Now at 6 and 10 for our continuing coverage of the heat-related alert days and tips on how you can stay cool. You'll find more at channel3000.com. Next at 5, as dangerous heat settles in, Gary's back. Our complete forecast and our GOP primary debate coverage continues. We'll sit down with 2 political experts who tell us what we can expect when the candidates take the stage in Milwaukee tonight. And it's the best day for U.S. stocks in nearly 2 months. A 184-point climb for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The NASDAQ with a strong 215-point gain, and the S&P 500 up 48.5. And we'll be right back.
Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today. In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. For more than 90 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When entering a negotiation, it helps to have that reputation on your side. We have the talent and resources to take on the big corporations for regular people all over Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Keep your home looking clean and beautiful with the 11% off Dutch Boy paints at Menards. DuraClean paint provides a weather-resistant coating with crack and fade resistance. Get 1 gallon for $32.89 after rebate. For exceptional adhesion and one-coat coverage, choose Dutch Boy Max Bond Plus Exterior Paint. It's a paint and primer in one that resists dirt, mildew, and repels rain 90 minutes after application. A gallon is $44.94 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm inside Pfizer as the countdown to the GOP debate begins, taking the temperature inside the room.
Outside of Pfizer Forum, things are heating up. Why the protesters here are taking the national stage tonight at 6.
Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Experience a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. In less than 3 hours, 8 GOP presidential hopefuls will take the stage over in Milwaukee for the first primary debate. Joining us now, UW journalism professor Mike Wagner and Republican analyst Brandon Scholes. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us today. Coming out of the air conditioning, at least, to get into the building. Great to see you. So the big story, of course, everybody's talking about, of course, is who's not there. But, you know, Brandon, maybe we'll start with you. Is this a real opportunity for some of these candidates without Trump on stage to make their voice known and heard?
Other than Ron DeSantis, most of them are in single digits in polling. And so, yes, this is a great opportunity for them to stand up and say something about themselves and what they would do before they get in the mud. They've got to sell themselves. They've got to create a positive impression. They have to cut through the other people on the stage. They got to get to those voters early and get there early on.
Mike, what do you think?
I think so. I think that's right. I think most of these folks are not well known to even most Republican primary voters, and so they have a real chance to say, here's my vision for the country, and here's my record for accomplishing visions like what I'm going to lay out in the debate.
Yeah, his lead is obviously monstrous at this point in time. Is it a mistake for him to maybe open the door and let somebody's voice kind of take over?
His huge advantage when he first ran was that he crowded everybody else out by being present everywhere, by getting on news coverage, and he's still trying to do that, but doing so on what we used to call Twitter and now call X during this is not as useful for him, I don't think.
Opening the door for somebody, maybe?
It could. You know, if Trump's not there in the room, that's one thing, but he's still there in the arena. So they're going to have to use this one little time to make a bit of a difference. I don't think it's right for them, though, to go after Trump. Okay. I mean, this is the opportunity for them. There's plenty of time to go after Trump. And remember, it's 14 months from now. We're not going to be voting tomorrow. Okay, so there's lots to go on. They can have a good night tonight. They can even make a mistake here and there. Not a lot.
But for some of them, it's going to be a really short race because they'll be out if they don't make a splash. Who goes after him tonight? You said it'll be a mistake to do so, but who might and who maybe tries to reach his base and be that alternate choice?
So the pit bull in the room is Chris Christie. I mean, that's his job. That's what he prides himself on. Whether it gets him anything, probably not. To go after the Trump base now is too early. That 35% that Trump has in Wisconsin, they're not going to move off this debate. They're not moving off the indictments. They're going to stay with Trump until there's either a better selection or they're just going to go with their person. So I don't know that you're going to pick up the Trump base. You might get those Republicans who are undecided, who are not Trump supporters, but haven't made up their minds yet.
Mike, who goes after him and maybe who tries to reach his base?
I think Ramaswamy's going to try to reach the base. He's been a strong advocate for President Trump while also still running for president himself. And so I suspect he's making that effort, and I think he would like to go after Ron DeSantis and become the alternative outside of single digits.
All right, great stuff, guys. We're going to talk to you next hour. tomorrow. News 3 Now at 6. Get your thoughts as well. Really appreciate it. And again, let's see here. Now we're going to just go to weather because we got two big stories today. We're talking debate and we're talking the heat. Let's go to Gary for more on the heat and humidity out there.
Yeah, this massive heat wave pretty much covers the central part of the country, basically from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the northern portion of the Midwest, including southern Wisconsin. We do have the first warn weather alert days remaining in the forecast. That is for overnight into the day on Thursday. Now, here's the kind of interesting thing. Notice the heat index values at night staying at or above 85 degrees. That just puts a lot of stress on the body, especially if you don't have air conditioning at home. But tomorrow we could see another day with high temperatures around 100 degrees and heat indices perhaps up to 115 degrees. Now, when you take a look at the effects of heat and humidity, we're in this danger zone here. Heat exhaustion likely, heat stroke possible, especially if you're outside for any length of time. This is very unusual for southern Wisconsin, and we're having it today. We're going to have the same conditions for tomorrow. In fact, you take a look at the heat index, and you can see it's into the danger category, almost the extreme category, as we head into the day tomorrow during the afternoon. And then it starts to drop off as we see a bit of a wind shift late tomorrow afternoon. As far as weather records are concerned, yesterday we were just shy of records, but today we'll almost certainly set a record for the warmest low temperature. The low this morning, 78 degrees. We're not going to go below that before midnight. The high so far, 96 degrees. Now, the record high is 98, but we'll get the official high for the day after 7 o'clock tonight. It's possible we could have gotten warmer in between the hourly readings, so that bears some watching. Tomorrow night, or tonight, look for a low temperature of 79. That would break a record going back to the start of Madison weather records back in 1869. And the predicted high temperature of 97 for tomorrow will be very close to the record high. Now, one thing we're also watching is the potential for a thunderstorm that could develop and could possibly become severe because of the fact that the air is just so loaded with moisture. It's very unstable, but there's nothing really to trigger the thunderstorms, at least for the time being. Storm Prediction Center has a marginal or level 1 risk of severe thunderstorms for tonight, but nothing's out there right now. The problem is the mid-levels of the atmosphere are pretty warm, but one of the future track models shows the potential for a cluster of storms to kind of move through the eastern parts of our viewing area toward Milwaukee. The other computer model, nothing. So if you get a spark and can get a storm to develop, it can become severe very quickly. Otherwise, we might not see anything at all. Excessive heat warnings in effect until 7 p.m. tomorrow, south of the Dells. North of the Dells, it's until 9 o'clock tonight, and then a heat advisory overnight through the day tomorrow until 7 p.m. Planning your night across Dane County, it might not get below 81 in Verona, 81 in Cross Plains, and 79 in Dalyville. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, lows of 80 in Janesville and 80 in Monroe with mainly clear skies. Tomorrow, sunny, very hot and humid, high of 97. Again, record high for Madison, 98. And the heat index from 102 to 107 degrees. Future track heat index, mid-80s tonight. And then again, tomorrow afternoon, we're looking for triple-digit heat through most of southern Wisconsin until that breeze kicks in later in the day. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast, 85 on Friday, maybe some thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening as a second cold front comes through. That drops temperatures in the mid-70s for the weekend. A chance for a thunderstorm Monday afternoon and evening, and then dry weather for next week with a warm-up as we head toward the Labor Day weekend, although that looks pretty nice at this point. As we check out first warn traffic right now, things look pretty good on the Beltline. Not seeing any issues, at least as far as pavement buckles here or on the main interstates heading south and east of Madison, but to the north, a different story. It looks like we have a pavement buckle on I-39 near Highway 23. So northbound I-39 is closed, at least for this time. Use Highway 51 as an alternate to get around there because of the pavement buckle. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Next at 5, a COVID-19 spike in the Dane County Jail. We'll have details coming up after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory.
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
In-person visitations and programming at the Dane County Jail are on hold after a spike in COVID cases. Sheriff's Office says 49 residents at the jail have tested positive. They're all being isolated in 4 cell blocks inside the City County building and 2 housing units in the Public Safety building. Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says controlling the outbreak is a top priority.
We take it very seriously. Our #1 priority is the safety and security of everyone that's in our facility, so this is our top priority.
Medical staff will treat residents whose cases are minor. If the cases do become severe, the resident will be taken to a hospital. Sheriff Barrett has said in the past that the jail's, quote, outdated and inhumane facilities have made it difficult to isolate sick residents. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Don't miss this mattress deal, Wisconsin. Right now at Ashley, save up to $900 on Beautyrest Black and receive your choice of Apple AirPod Pros or Apple Watch, plus $300 in free furniture. You're not going to find this deal anywhere else. Only at Ashley.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Martial arts is my passion.
I work out whenever I can.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
My skin was so uncomfortable.
The itching was so bad.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
I'm Randy Bump with Bump Farms, and this is my John Deere. So I'm a 6th generation farmer. Our farm was homesteaded here in 1846. I think the thing that makes Sloan stand out the most for me is probably the people, the products, and the service. Whether it's bulk oil delivery, bulk DEF delivery, the Sloan helpline, I mean, they're always there for me. And I've actually had them open up on a Sunday and get parts for me so I can keep a combine running. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get the absolute lowest prices now during Furniture and Appliance Mart's Labor Day event. Save $1,600 instantly on this 4-piece Whirlpool kitchen package. Or get a washer and dryer pair for $18 a month. All with 72-month special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashland.
We've got a lot of news coming up. The multi-state salmonella outbreak. Wait until you hear the animal that the CDC says is linked to 26 illnesses and 9 hospitalizations. That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up in 30 minutes, our GOP primary debate coverage continues live from Milwaukee with what we can expect as candidates take the stage at Fiserv Forum. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6. And Gary's back. Final check on a very busy day. My app says it feels like 113 out there, Gary.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. Let's take a look, first of all, at the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Not a cloud in the sky here, not a cloud in the sky over southwestern Wisconsin. Now, the atmosphere is just loaded with moisture. If we take a look at high-resolution radar, nothing out there right now, but you can kind of make out a little bit of a lake breeze front coming in just north of Fond du Lac. One of the computer models shows a little cluster of storms firing up and then heading toward Milwaukee, maybe catching parts of Dodge County, whereas the other 6-hour future track radar has just about nothing occurring, at least across our viewing area, maybe heading more toward areas north of Milwaukee. Current temperatures, 95 Madison, triple digits to the west, and you can see across Dane County, 97 right now across Plains.
Well, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.